Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, has become a platform for fostering good and harmonious relations across Southeast Asia since its establishment in 1957. As an active member of ASEAN, the Philippines has always worked towards sustaining a dynamic and close relationship with our neighboring countries.
Sa mga nakalipas na taon, napanatili ng Pilipinas ang mabuting ugnayan nito sa ASEAN community na nagbigay daan sa iba't ibang mga oportunidad para mas mapaunlad ang ating bansa.
Today in our episode, we will continue to bring to you our kababayans more information and updates about the ASEAN community. Magandang araw, my name is Margo Madwinta.
At ako naman si Chris Sablan. Magandang araw Pilipinas, ito ang ASEAN na tayo.
So just these past months, we've already learned about 2 ASEAN member states and their relations with the Philippines. Now let's get to know more about our next featured country. This time, it's Malaysia.
Isa ang Malaysia sa mga bansang malapit sa Pilipinas. Sa mga nakalipas na taon, napanatili ng dalawang bansa ang magandang ugnayan sa iba't ibang aspeto. At para bigyan tayo ng magkaragdagang impormasyon tungkol sa relasyon ng Pilipinas at Malaysia, kasama natin ngayon si former Philippine Ambassador to Malaysia, Ambassador Jose Eduardo Malaya III. Good day, Ambassador Ed.
Good day din sa inyo, Margo at saka Chris. Maraming salamat sa pagkakataon na ito.
Well, thank you for coming and joining us, CJ. Of course, we want to know about your, contribution as part of being Malaysia to ASEAN.
Alam nyo, ang Malaysia ay napakahalaga sa ASEAN at saka napakahalaga din sa Pilipinas. Yung Malaysia, katulad ng Pilipinas, ay original member ng ASEAN. Tayo ay kasama dun sa 5 na sumapi sa ASEAN at the very first opportunity, ika nga.
Pioneers, sir.
Pioneers talaga. Itong dalawang bansa na ito, kasama yung 3 pa, Thailand, Singapore, at saka Indonesia, ang unang nag-isip at bumuo ng ASEAN. So, yung mga practices sa ASEAN, katulad nung ASEAN Way, at yung mga 5 bansa na iyon, ang bumuo noon. Based doon sa tinatawag na concept of musyawara, which is consensus building.
Anong language po yun?
Yeah.
Bahasa po.
Bahasa.
Bahasa. Na pinapractice or sinasalita sa Indonesia and Malaysia, as well as Brunei.
Tsaka, pumunta po kami sa Zamboanga nung isang buwan, Ambassador, at nalaman namin na ang daming mga Pilipino dun sa Zamboanga na nangangalakal with mga Malaysian neighbors nila sa Sabah. So, kitang-kita natin na malapit ang ugnayan ng Malaysia at saka Pilipinas kasi geographically they are near to each other.
No, tama po yan. In fact, sa aking palagay, bilang dating ambassador sa Malaysia, ang Malaysia ang pinakamalapit sa atin na neighbor. Okay? Within the ASEAN region. Hindi yung iba pa, kasama na yung Brunei at saka Indonesia. Kaya nga napakahalaga na yung ating relasyon ay maigi all the time. Because para sa akin, madaming oportunidad para sa dalawang bansa at sa ating mga kababayan.
So we should be...
kasama na po din doon ang Bangsamoro Peace Talks, no? Ano po ang relationship ng Malaysia sa Pilipinas para po mas mapaganda po ang ating Bangsamoro Peace Talks?
Well, ang Malaysia po ay matagal nang tumutulong sa peace process since 2001 pa. Okay? So, very patient din sila.
Yes.
Sila ang nagpa-facilitate ng talks. Kadalasan dati sa Kuala Lumpur para magkaroon ng confidence in the process. At malaki po ang naipamahagi or kaya nai-contribute ng Malaysia sa proseso na ito. Alam po naman natin na umuusad at maganda na ang mas maganda na ang palakad ngayon doon sa peace process sa pamumuno ni Secretary Doresa
Opo.
under the guidance of President Duterte.
Ano po ang status ngayon? Kasi, Margo, Ambassador Malaya, when we tell he's a former ambassador, it's not like he's an ambassador last year. He actually just came back from Malaysia just last week. And ano po yung status regarding the Bangsamoro peace talks insofar as Malaysia is concerned? Anything?
Well, steady po yung talks
It's ongoing, sir.
Opo. At the same time, dahil nga hindi na ito negotiation phase, at nasa implementation phase na tayo, it's more of Filipino to Filipino process na. Okay? Kung ako naman itatanungin niyo tungkol sa status ng relationship natin with Malaysia, maigi po. And steady po ang development trajectory. Umuusbong po yung trade and investments, yung numero ng mga turista na bumibisita ng Malaysians dito sa atin ay pataas ng pataas. Ngayon po ay nasa 150,000 every year. Nung nagsimula po ako as ambassador sa KL 5.5 years ago.
2011 po.
Yeah, 2011. Wala pa pong 100,000 yan.
Right.
Okay? Pero ang palagi kong sinasabi sa mga Malaysians, importante ang Pilipinas at Pilipino sa inyo. Because doon lang nga sa turistang Pilipino pumupunta sa Malaysian, hindi sila makapaniwala. 550,000 2 years ago.
Yes.
So, big chunk of their tourism market comes from the Philippines.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, I've been to Kuala Lumpur for shopping and to go around and take pictures at the Petronas Towers.
There you are.
Me for modeling. Not for
And speaking of Malaysia, last November 2016, bumisita si Pangulong Duterte sa naturang bansa for his first official visit.
And syempre, this is part of his introductory visit as the newly elected president sa mga ASEAN member states. Let us all watch the highlights of the visit in this video. About President's trip there in Malaysia, the highlights of his
Well,
visit.
before I answer that, thank you very much for putting up those clips. Brought back so many great memories.
Great memories.
Memories, wow.
Of times where we really had to work so hard. Me and my Philippine embassy team. The highlights included the one-on-one meeting between the President and Prime Minister Najib Razak. And of course, the expanded meeting with their respective cabinet members. And a lot of items were discussed, including enhancement of bilateral relations, as well as closer cooperation in security matters, particularly as it pertains to activities of the Abu Sayyaf in the Sulu area. Okay? So I'm sorry, Sulu Sea area, which of course is very near the east coast of
Malaysia.
Sabah.
Yes.
Okay?
Actually.
So a lot were discussed and specific things were agreed upon, and we're seeing definitive action on the basis of these discussions. One thing, though, that I'm so happy about is there are now increasing number of Philippine companies active in Malaysia.
Wow.
So
Great improvement.
Petron is big in Malaysia. It has invested so much, and now they run about 670 gasoline stations, petrol stations in Malaysia.
Under the name Petron.
Petron,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Ang galing.
In fact, we see the big P marquee all around Malaysia. And I tell our community members, when I see that P, it doesn't mean Petron only. It says Philippines.
Yes.
Tama.
Okay? And another thing that surprised me, in fact, is Pancake House is very big up as well in Malaysia.
Oh, really?
And they only opened about a year ago. Alam niyo kung
So,
ilan na
bago.
ang branches ng Pancake House?
Ilan po ang ba?
5 na.
Wow.
Including
Wow.
one in Kota Kinabalu.
Wow.
So, yung relasyong ekonomiya ng dalawang bansa ay talagang umuusbong. Of course, we are grateful to Malaysia for the active presence of Malaysian companies here.
Right.
Many people probably don't know about it, but Resorts World is Malaysia.
Yeah.
Star Cruises, right? Is
Yes.
Malaysia.
Star Cruises
Yes.
is Malaysian
Yes.
company.
I'm familiar
Yeah.
with those two.
They operate the Virgo
Yes.
that goes to Manila, Kaohsiung, Taiwan.
Precisely. And the Berjaya Hotels,
Virjaya.
Okay,
okay,
yeah.
and Shangri-La.
Shangri-La is Malaysian.
Talaga?
Originally Malaysian, now based in Hong Kong, but
Right.
that's a Malaysian family
Really?
running it.
The Kwok family.
Yes. And the Malaysian company MTD Capital rehabilitated the South Luzon Expressway.
Oh.
Okay, before they turned over the operations to San Miguel Corporation.
Right.
I see.
So both sides are benefiting
Yes.
from closer economic
So good
engagement.
working relationship.
Yes.
Maganda po yan, Ambassador, na nasabi mo sa amin na dahil palang mga Malaysian companies na andito sa Philippines.
And they like our pancakes.
That's the most important thing. They like our
They like
pancakes.
the pancakes. So,
Yes.
may market doon pala.
People, whenever the president travels, they always ask, what are the benefits? Because it incurs costs. Are there other benefits from the president's trip last November for the
Well,
country?
Okay. Yung pinag-usapan nila, of course, range, as I mentioned earlier, on a number of things. Economic engagement,
Yes.
okay, and that benefits both sides. Security cooperation, okay,
Importante
and
yun.
upliftment of the welfare of Filipinos,
Oh, that's
particularly in Sabah. Okay? Malaki po iyan para sa ating presidente. Sabi nga po niya, gusto niyang magtatag ng eskwelahan at hospital para sa mga Pilipino sa Sabah. Okay? Kaya nga, kami sa embassy, talagang nagpupunyagi kami para maging makasakatuparan itong guidance ng presidente. Okay.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because there's a large community of Filipinos sa Sabah Island because of its close proximity to the Zamboanga, Mindanao area.
Yeah.
Tama po yan.
Kabilang din sa mga binisita ni Pangulong Duterte sa Malaysia ang ating mga kababayan na naninirahan at nagtatrabaho roon. Panoorin natin ang ilan sa mga tagpo at reaksyon ng Filipino community sa pagbisita ng Pangulo sa Malaysia.
This is the unedited.
Sabi ko nga, hurry up, the federal talaga natin. There is no way that we can have peace in Mindanao without going federal. Yan ang gusto ng mga Moro noon pa. At yan ang gusto ng mga komunista. The thing I can really promise you is there will be no corruption. Absolutely. And I will try to make this country, yung Pilipinas, a better place. Or someday you can come back and settle down and find it.
Oh, obviously I feel very honored, and then I feel very happy because President Duterte come to Malaysia, and I really wish him selamat datang to Malaysia, and I hope that he enjoy his trip to Malaysia and keep on supporting President Duterte because I believe he is the very best president of the year and around Filipinos. Duterte, Duterte, Duterte.
I sang Ikaw by Lea Salonga's version kasi po I heard that it's his favorite song and the lyrics are very like touching. Kaya, ayun, I thought that it would be really nice to sing it to him in front of him. So it was such an honor. I didn't expect that. Di ko nga in-expect yan. He just took the mic and he sang, and it felt really heartwarming, you know. I felt really happy. I do live here, but I studied in Philippines for a while and I came back. And yung daddy ko is he's pure Filipino. My mom is mixed Filipino-Malaysian. So which one I support the most? I think him fighting against drug users and all that. People who take drugs becomes like decreases. I think Philippines would actually be a really amazing place, more amazing than before.
Ambassador Ed, since President Duterte assumed the presidency, very vocal siya about shifting to a different form of government, specifically to a federal form of government. Let's talk about the Philippines shifting to federalism since Malaysia is a federal state.
Alam niyo po, totoo yan. May 25 countries around the world na federal state.
Opo.
Tapos kasama po yan, dyan ang Malaysia.
Opo.
At ang Malaysia po, the only one federal state within ASEAN.
Opo.
Kaya nga, bago pa tayo siguro tumingin sa ibang modelo, dapat tinitingnan natin kung ano ang nangyayari sa Malaysia.
Opo.
Siguro po tatlong bagay dyan. Unang-una, sa palagay ko, medyo mabilis yung pag-deliver ng services, government services sa mga taong bayan.
Sa federalists.
Sa Malaysia.
Opo.
Okay? Ang Malaysia po ay may 13 federal state.
Opo.
Dito po sa atin, ang balak ay magkaroon ng 11.
Opo.
Okay? Tapos, sa palagay ko po, medyo angkop. Dahil nga, yung angkop at comparable yung experience ng Malaysia para sa atin. Dahil in terms of land area, almost magkaparehas po tayo. 330,000 square meters sila. Tayo ay mga 347,000 square meters. So practically the same land area. Tapos ang pinag-iisipan na number of federal states, parehas din.
Right.
Okay? At saka sa Malaysia po, na-address nila yung development gap between the bigger states and the smaller ones.
Right.
Dahil may mga tinatawag po silang block grants, tulong galing sa federal government papunta sa mga medyo maliit na state. Okay? Dahil kasi dito, ang nagtatanong, baka nga naman daw yung mga pinopropose na malalaking federal state, katulad ng Cebu,
Davao,
Metro Manila, Davao, baka naman daw ma-pull down sila ng mga maliliit. O kaya yung mga maliliit ay hindi umangat. So, sa experience ng Malaysia, para umangat yung mga maliliit, bibigyan sila ng block grants galing central government.
Anong porsyento po o magkano po ang binibigay block grants, Ambassador, if you know
wala
the
po
formula?
akong specific Pero talagang nagre-reserve sila. At nadinig ko po yan from Speaker Alvarez na in fact tinitingnan nila yung Malaysian experience. Yung pangatlo po na palagay ko great element in the Malaysian federal experience is this. Meron po silang tinatawag na concept of federal territory. Okay? Sa kanila, meron po silang Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur, Federal Territory of Putrajaya, which is the administrative capital, at saka yung Federal Territory of Labuan. Ito pong tatlong federal territory na ito is overseen by a Federal Territories Minister. So, cabinet member. Okay? And as a result of this experiment, particularly pagdating sa Kuala Lumpur at Putrajaya, coordinated ang planning and development efforts. So, tinitingnan nila yan, yung area, itong malawakang area na ito, like as one. Ang comparison po niyan dito sa atin, Metro Manila, run by the Metro Manila Commission, composed of so many mayors, na minsan po iba yung vision ng isa't isa. Kaya hindi ka agad makagalaw ng mabilis. Okay? So, yung development planning ay disjointed. Hindi po ganyan sa Malaysia. Particularly, given their great achievement in putting up what they call as the Putrajaya National Government Center. So, yung vision ng national government dati para natin na i-create sa Quezon City yung isang governmental center, tapos lahat ng government departments nandun, nagawa nila sa Malaysia in Putrajaya. At napaka-efficient ng coordination among different agencies dahil kasi lilipat ka lang ng isang building. Nandun na yung dapat kausap mo. So, ang daming efficiencies in operations na achieve. Ito ba ho ay tipong very unique to Malaysia? Hindi. Because if one would remember, Washington, D.C. in the U.S. is also a federal territory. So, that I think is something that we can learn, we can pick up from the Malaysian federal experience.
I-clarify ko lang, Ambassador Ed, no? A federal territory is different from a federal state. So, a federal state is bigger, and then yung sabi pong federal territory is this is an urban center po.
Yes.
So, just like in Washington, D.C., parang federal territory siya, District of Columbia. Sa Malaysia po, meron po tayong federal territory sa Putrajaya at saka federal territory sa Kuala Lumpur na nag-uusap para isa lang ang direksyon ng kanilang planning.
Yes.
May direksyon.
May direksyon.
Hindi yung kung saan-saan.
Hindi naman po talaga, hindi naman dapat madaming federal territory concept because sa Malaysia, 3 lang yan.
Pero anong feeling nyo? Do you think Philippines is ready for this transition?
Alam nyo po, yung decision na iyan, nasa taong bayan yan. Pero kung ako, tatanungin, and I have been there, lived there for 5.5 years.
Tama.
Palagay ko, kailangan na natin ang tinatawag na level up. I-upgrade. Because itong current system natin, which is a centralized government, we have had this for so many decades already. Baka naman kailangan ng konting pagbabago. So why not check it out?
Try something
It may
new.
just lead to something better for all of us.
And at least people watching can relate kasi you have the experience. Galing ka
And
dyan.
we observed it for more than 5 years.
Exactly.
And it works for them.
Yeah, it does. It does.
see.
They're happy with what they have.
And Malaysia, very similar to the Philippines, has many islands also. And it benefits and it benefits them.
Yes.
So may similarities din.
Yes. Not only in area but also geographically they have islands.
I see. Okay. We'll see sa
Salamat
comment
po.
section.
Thanks, Ambassador, for that insight on Malaysia.
Yes. In other news, several meetings for the Philippine hosting of ASEAN 2017 are in full swing. This March, the City of Smiles, Bacolod City, hosted the 15th senior officials responsible for information or summary meetings. For more of these highlights, we're gonna watch this video.
Today, with 10 delegations of ASEAN information officers gathered here in Bacolod, our city has the eyes of Southeast Asia upon it. We say thank you and assure everyone we are ready to take the challenge of integration, the first order of which is to make sure our people are aware it is happening.
As we strive to achieve the ASEAN Vision 2025, the main objective of our meetings is to find ways to effectively communicate and promote ASEAN's meaning and identity so that our citizens not only gain awareness of our organization, but become inspired to participate and support the community to build an ASEAN that is truly people-centered.
Aside from that, nagkaroon din ng series of meetings sa Cebu, nitong April 4 hanggang April 7. Ito ay ang Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors meeting spearheaded by the Department of Finance and the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Let's watch this.
Five decades ago, Southeast Asia was a backwater region composed of newly independent nations. The region was divided along Cold War lines. We had very little trade between us and much less investments across our borders. The old lines of colonial jurisdiction made us strangers to each other, and each nation traded more with their former colonial masters. Today is a much different time. Southeast Asia is an important node of growth for the global economy. Within the framework of ASEAN Free Trade Area, AFTA, we have increased intra-regional trade. We are well in the process of harmonizing our policies to further lay the groundwork for a regional economic community. We are quite literally building the infrastructure that will bring our economies closer together. With the framework of cooperation provided by the ASEAN and the vision of an economic community in the near future, we have been able to tap the synergy of regionalism to each country's benefit. The future bodes well for this region as we harness our talents and goodwill to advance the region's interests. This century, they say, is Asia's century. From where we stand, it will be more specifically a Southeast Asian century. The time we will see this region flourish to its full potential. Let me propose a toast. First, to our forebears who dared imagine a regional community when there was nary a hint of it. And second, to all of us who work hard today to make that regional community real. Mabuhay!
Ambassador N, going back to our discussion, the Philippines and Malaysia have been good friends for many years now. What do you think is the next for the two countries?
Well, I think both countries can look forward to closer ties, more robust people-to-people engagement, enhanced business-to-business ties, and almost like the the possibilities are limitless.
They're so close to each other geographically, and they've been pioneers of the ASEAN, so they're like really brothers.
Yes.
And the future should really be very bright for Malaysia and the Philippines.
Yes. Now, if you'd ask me, how was the experience?
Yeah.
Having been there for 5.5 years, this is at least 3 things that I'm proud of. Number
Okay.
1, as mentioned earlier, I'm seeing more Philippine companies making a big impact in Malaysia. And I think it should be what should be happening also within our other neighboring countries. Our Philippine companies, I think, are strong enough now to go venture out and find their fortunes as well. That's not only good for the destination country, but also for the Philippine economy itself, because remittances, profits would be remitted back anyhow,
Yeah.
and it would generate growth. The second thing that I am proud of, in fact, as ambassador, is we have been able to draw in the Filipino Muslim community to the larger Filipino community in
Yeah.
Malaysia, as well as to the Philippine embassy. It used to be that, there was some hesitancy among them to be engaging our community and
They
the
didn't
embassy.
feel at home.
Yeah.
Now they feel at home. In fact, we were able to organize a Filipino Muslim association called Union of Muslim Filipinos in Malaysia. And we observe Eid al-Fitr,
Yes.
we observe the Hari Raya, as they would call it. So the Ramadan observance,
Yes.
we have that.
Yes.
In fact, one of the last thing I did just before I left the embassy was to establish a prayer room for Filipino Muslim personnel
At the embassy.
at the embassy called Asurao, because they need to pray at least 5 times a day,
Yes.
and they need a proper place to do that.
Yeah.
And so I thought Asurao would be best. And number 3, that the item number 3 that I'm so proud of is we were able to at least undertake some action to address the education requirements of Filipino children
Yes.
in Sabah because of their undocumented status.
Right.
Right.
They have difficulty in accessing local schools. So, having known the problem, we at the embassy started to work with our community members so that through mutual help, we have been able to establish at least 6 alternative learning centers,
Right.
catering to about 2,500 children.
Wow.
The need is more, but at least we have been able to do something. And to me, that's already very
Yeah.
fulfilling.
It's a start. And yun, there are more opportunities for them.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's a very good start, and others can just do follow through, including the current leadership now
Yeah.
at the Philippine Embassy.
Tama.
Yes, new Ambassador Charles Jose does not have a lot of problems now since Ambassador Ed fixed everything.
Diba? Just
No,
follow
no.
through.
I hope the prayer room stays there.
Follow through. Yeah. No, but it's good. They will feel, more at home,
Yes.
because of their
Yeah.
the acceptance and things.
Ambassador Charles was known to you guys,
Yes.
close to
He was the DFA
PCOO,
spokesperson,
so
yes.
he is a very competent diplomat, and I'm sure he is trying to do a lot as well in Kuala Lumpur. And I
Great.
only wish him all the best.
Ambassador Ed Margo, now returns to his post as the head of the legal of the DFA. So, any legal problems, we will go to Ambassador Ed.
Meron akong contact na yun.
Please.
Yes, it's this show.
Any problem with your passport, you go to with Ambassador Ed.
Okay naman yung passport ko though, because I'm dual, so it's okay. Anyway, thank you. So, Ambassador Ed, maraming salamat for sharing with us, you know, all this information. And before we wrap up, what would be your closing message for us?
Well, I guess in ASEAN, there are 10 countries.
Yes.
We just need to work together. We're trying to create a community. It's really a community, and I hope people get to feel it in their homes and in their streets.
Yes.
And as we host the 50th anniversary of our organization, ASEAN, I think it is a great honor for the Philippines to be the one to host it.
Yes.
I think President Duterte has put a lot of emphasis on ASEAN. The DFA and other concerned agencies are working very hard to make it successful. I'm sure we will have a highly successful ASEAN hosting for this year 2017.
Good luck po to the DFA during the ASEAN Summit next week.
Maraming salamat at saka good luck to all of us.
Yes. Thank you very much to our guest for today, Ambassador Ed Malaya. Maraming salamat din sa lahat ng ating manonood at sana may natutunan kayo ngayon sa ating diskusyon. For more information on the Philippine hosting of ASEAN, you can visit asean2017.ph.
And of course, for more updates, you can follow us in all our social media accounts. And that's on the Presidential Communications Office and Radio Television Malacanang Facebook pages. You can also view our episodes in our YouTube channel, that's RTV Malacanang, and in our website, rtvm.gov.ph. So see you again in our next episode. I'm Margo Medwenta.
And I'm Chris Ablan. Magkita-kita po tayo ulit next month. Dito lang sa
ASEAN na tayo.